Everything connected right up and working right at time. Then when you hit it's time to go live, it's like, please relog in. Then everything will be fine. Fine. All right. Unacceptable. Little clip or a piece of tape. That's the sound of tape making a plastic scrape. Tape it to this backdrop so it doesn't slide like some kind of slip slop. I'm the Scotch tape cop. What? There. What am I forgetting? Ripley. Right, microphone, check. Water. Pencil. Pencil, pencil. Eraser. Sometimes some crimes go drifting through the cracks. Wait, no. Danger is DuckTales. Woohoo. Ooh. Alright, I'm enjoying the build up to that song. Let's go to the intro. Sweet Ripley. Ripley? Hey, sweetest angel. Yeah. Let's go to the intro. Put them. Is this clicked away? There we go. Technically, that's fine. This is not a good setup. Ooh, but if I put this over here, okay, you just distract everyone for 2 more seconds, Ripples. 2 more seconds. There we go. Easy. Easy, just don't. Okay, that's moving everything. Just don't. Just, there you go. Everything's fine. These cords are only mildly tangled now. Oh, what a terrible mistake. Oh God, what was that? Okay, it's just my phone. Just my phone and a link to the world. This is streaming, right? Okay, there it is. Oh, Ripley. Okay. You ready? You ready to press the button? Ready to start this? Let's get this thing going. Can I press the button? I would have pressed the button this time. Yeah, no, it's Ripley's job. She has the buttons. Everybody, we just, I moved everything. I moved everything in the last second. This is bananas. Seriously, Ripples. Seriously. Just play the intro. What are you looking at? Okay, yeah. It's just time for the intro. This is time for me. Should I do my intro song? No, you guys. Guys, I'm just talking to Ripley. Everybody's chill out. Ripley, yes, you're paying attention. That's wonderful. You're the sweetest angel. Just play the intro, and we'll start drawing some dinosaur heads on things. All right, there you go. Thank you.
Tell your friends, and tell your hot mom.
Hot mom.
There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Oh yeah, I was digging for an eraser. Anyway, it's been a while. Camera 1, hello. It's too much headroom. Anyway, My name is Curtis. And of course, we got Stupid Milo over here. There he is. Major Penguin's right there. He's right there. He's right there. I can see he's right there. Why would it be confusing? He's right there. This guy's right there. Everything's fine. Behind the camera, we of course have Ripley running everything. Thank you, sweetest angel. You're the sweetest angel. Cut back to me now. And of course, as always, there's 100 things to talk about, and I've remembered 2 of them. I already started doing some doodling, some roughing out, and did not finish doing the erasing. Still lots of elbow and knee circles in there. And we'll just start adding some color to this. But this is still pretty small on the screen, so unless you're big screen, unless you can't tell. But anyway, hey Pat, hey Space Goons, and everyone else who's floating around, who I don't see in the chat, but I know you're out there somewhere, because at the end of the chat, I get 6 emails from 5 different places that say, hey, here's your stream update, here's how many people showed up, here's how many people were chatting, and here's how many people didn't subscribe. Hey, you know what people do at the beginning of YouTube videos all the time these days? They say, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I don't like the word smash in there. I don't know. But if you could gently finger that subscribe and or like button, that would be amazing. And of course, gently caressing the juicy meatiness of the share button is always the best thing. Always and forever. All right. Feel like my sweater is way off, even though it's behind a camera thing. Anyway, I gotta dust this thing off one of these days. There's popcorn on the floor. That fruit snack that I thought I didn't drop, I can see that now. I did drop it. It's real disappointment to everyone and everything. Especially to Santa Claus. Oh, with the disappointment to Santa Claus. You cannot please that guy. I've been trying for 1,000 years. And yeah, he genuinely, maybe just something like cats. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, it's mostly just you. You're terrible and you're awful. So yeah, like I said, I started drawing. It's pretty Christmassy. It's pretty light, so I don't expect you can see it super well. I would adjust the camera settings to crank up the contrast, but then I'll end up adding color and lines, and it'll be like, why is it colored so crazy? And I'll be like, that was so that you could see it before it was colored. But like I said, that's just a light little whatever, and we'll throw some colors in there, and we'll make it a little more visible. And then, as always, or as sometimes, we'll decide, do I want to add black lines? Just an outline? Or just leave it as if it's like some kind of painting? There's no way to know. There's no way to know, really. Could I perhaps predict the future for you? Using my time machine? Using my magic powers? Perhaps a system of clones that I inject into the time stream? Wait for them to come back around again on this full-time loop of the universe. Would you like any of those options, please? And or thank you. I don't know why you said please and thank you, but no, let's just do stuff normal. We'll just do stuff normal. P.S. I hate you. You're the worst. So anyway, as always, it's always fun to have a little fight with the characters in your neighborhood. There we go. It's just annoying when little red squares pop up on the screen, because these are the things in my neighborhood, in my made-up neighborhood. These are the people that you meet, not when you're walking down the street, but they're usually in this room in some way, shape, or form. Nasavenia. Alright. Let's do some dinosaur skin color first. And let's go go kind of tan. Let's go a little bit tan. See what some of these colors will give me. These are definitely all the same marker. No, they're slightly different. You see, kids, when you get old enough to afford more markers than you need, more art supplies than you need, you got to be careful. That's the real lesson behind most parables and or I want to say nursery rhymes. What's the other thing that teaches you a lesson that's not a parable? It is a fable? No. Hippopotamus? No, it could have been a hippopotamus. That's a Looney Tunes reference. Oh, this camera's too high. All right, let's see if I can. There, that feels better. Allegory? No. But I do use a lot of era allegories in the lesson telling stories. Damn it. It'll pop up in my head when I wake up in the middle of the night, go, ah! I remembered. Oh, snaps. All right, we'll cover over that with some red. Anyway, just putting in some touches of color. Let's go to the big one first. That camera's way off. That's bananas. There we go. Not that that matters that much. But anyway, the greatest lesson that you can learn from any story experience or otherwise is the monkey's paw. Of course. What? Yes. Be careful what you wish for. Because sometimes you might just find you've got what you need, and then you exceed. And if you exceed what you need, then you're inundated. Then you're becoming a hoarder. Then you're like, what do I do now? I have so many projects. And as much as I'd like to say, like, by following that lesson, that's why I'm so productive with all my projects. But I still, even though I half, the time, every weekend or so, I end up, well, that's one of the first places actually, no, I don't think The Simpsons isn't the first place I heard about it. Somebody told me, like my aunt, I think, told me the monkey's paw story, and I'm just like, this is the most amazing, terrifying thing I've ever heard. But then, yeah, from the one from The Simpsons, where if people don't know, the monkey's paw story basically goes, I can't remember all the specific details. Somebody gets their hand on a monkey's paw, like you can make a wish on each of the fingers or whatever. You get 3 wishes, but be careful what you wish for, because odds are you don't want that wish. So kind of be happy with what you got is probably more of the lesson in that one. But I know that I can't remember. I just know that one of the wishes is. Or if they pass it between 3 different people, like, I don't know. But one of the wishes was like, oh, my son died in the war, my husband died in the war, somebody died in the war. I wish they were back. And then basically, like, a zombie shows up the door, like, what am I? And it's just like, you're back. Like, am I? I've been shot so bad. And I'm just, like, still decaying. But it's like, no, but they're back. So the monkey's paw usually takes a very literal rendition of your wish. Or like Mr. Needful. Maybe that's what Needful Things is about as well. I don't know enough Stephen King-liness. But yeah, Mr. Needful in the Rick and Morty was just like, I'll give you whatever you want, except it's all filled with Alanis Morissette irony, like, whatever you need, it's going to take away the thing that also the old Christmas story that is Oh yeah, it was definitely a monkey wizard that was just going around wreaking havoc. And I'm sure there was a time when there was just a bunch of magic monkeys running around, and people would harvest them for their wishes, for their magic paws, because they were just like, ooh, just living the life. But if you could sneak up on one, and I'm sure the first person that got their hands on one of the live monkeys was like, oh, I wish I had, something to do with, all the monkey wishes. And that monkey wish was like, oh, do you? Well, then, guess what? Now I'm the last one. There are no more monkey paws. You just wished it into one, so now you have all the monkey wishes, but it's still just 3 because of loopholes. And that's the true story of Monkey Paw Wish Christmas. But yeah, no, like I find so often, even today, like finished up work, then I'm like, oh, I want to work on this, this, and this. Like, there's no time to work on this, this, and this. Why do I still have so many projects, and I spend almost every weekend like, all right, let's clean up this, let's organize this. Like now I can work on blank, and then it just shines a beam of light on something else I'd like to work on. And yeah, there's all kinds of whoop holes in any situation. One whoop hole is, hey dog, I'm gonna whoop you if you don't fulfill my wish. Like, that's not what we do here, sir. Did you not hear my inciting of the whoop hole? 'Cause I've got a chain and a stick with a nail in it, and I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna take you down a whoop hole. But I do think that, though, the real secret of life, the real happy people in the world are the ones that are just like, oh, what? Something weird's going on with TV or something? Yeah, doesn't concern me because I don't watch those things. I'm over here doing that thing that I want to do instead of watching a bunch of TLC shows of people trying to do that thing and then thinking, like, I could do that. I could do that better than them. Pfft, these people, idiots. I could do this. Like, yeah, maybe you could, but odds are you're just gonna sit here and watch them do it on this show. That's one of the human conditions. Is even at our most whoa why is this so dark? I swear to God, there's like 100 lights just pointed at this thing alone. Well, live and you'll learn. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I find when I am my most stressed out or worried about things or just kind of concerned or just, like, well, I wish I was something, doing something else mode, it's usually because there is, like, oh, there's this other thing that you've basically lined up. Either, oh no, somebody else was, came up with something for you to do, and you were like, yeah, I guess I'm doing that now. And then you do that, and it semi or completely interferes with some other thing, which interferes with another thing, and then the dominoes just keep going for infinity. But if you can keep those things at a certain minimum level, like, I don't know, one of my favorite examples. What is a favorite example of someone? That doesn't make any sense. But a thought I think every once in a while, in regards to stuff like that, trying not to overwhelm myself is, I mean, I think I may have said this completely last week or just touched on it. Like Disney Plus. I don't really have that much urge to watch all the old cartoons I used to watch on the Disney Sunday afternoon. Every once in a while, YouTube will be like, "Hey, let's talk about Darkwing Duck and how something something it was." Like, yeah, no, I don't actually need to do that. Do I remember it 100% and completely? Like, no, I don't. But I'm also fine with that because I remember a lot of things and realizing that, like, oh, I've forgotten some things finally. Great. That's something I can relax about. But anyway, one of the main, I think, things that stress human beings out is money, is bills, reoccurring things especially. So one, you get stuff automated, like it's so easy. Those bills just come right out. I don't have to think about it. Like yeah, no, yeah you do. Like how do you not think about it? The money's coming out. You got to make sure there's enough money going in there. Budgeting, maintaining, keeping things in line, etc., etc. So every time a new entertainment venue comes out, I'm not like, oh yeah, that has one or two shows on it that I desperately want to watch. I'm gonna get that. Instead, I'm not even like, oh, I'll figure out a way to watch that. I'm just like, that's fine. I'll probably forget it was a thing. There's so many shows. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a show that I was kind of looking forward to watching. Now it's kind of come and gone, and turns out I didn't care. It turns out I didn't care the whole time. So as far as having like a Netflix and Amazon and Disney Plus and whatever else there is, there's a million of them. And I am surprised, like when somebody mentions like, oh, this one's on that one, and then they mention like 3 other channels, and they still have regular TV, i.e., cable or satellite, and maybe something else. I'm just like, what? What? Now that you can watch stuff on the internet, like I mostly just watch YouTube, and yes, I pay for Netflix. And I don't even feel like I watch it as much as to warrant paying whatever it is, $17 or $17, $7 a month or $12 a month, whatever it's up to now. Even just that factor, I'm like, ugh, I know it went up. And that's just what things do. Things go up in price because there's a demand for it. It is selling on-demand entertainment. But meanwhile, I'm over here just going like, I still haven't made enough stuff to be able. I don't have enough demand to be able to raise my prices to a price to watch this thing. Whereas I've gone to streams where I have to do artwork for people, and I'm like, oh, I can't look at the videos on this stream because I didn't subscribe. And it's like, I'm not giving you $5 of my money. I'm not going to watch any of this just to watch one video. This is insane to me. But it's like, but there's the demand. Like, yeah, of course, if you have that venue, why wouldn't you use it to fund yourself? So again, mostly just that thing of like making sure. Ooh, here's a good way to think of it. I think, as I constructed in my head at the moment. The one of the themes, one of the taglines for No Such Thing as Grown-Ups is I can't see it from here. Saving adults from becoming grown-ups, I think is what it is. And that's mainly what I'm trying to do for myself, and everybody else in the world is adjacent to me because of existence. And I'm like, if I can offer any advice to the world, and usually I do, and it's not solicited, it is just that. Like, just don't. What's the better way? Don't let your inner child. Ooh, no. Because I'm always saying, like, one of the others is like, let your inner child out to breathe and laugh and have fun. Like, figure out what it was that your inner child, that the child version of you, wanted to do. Always wanted to do. Odds are it is what you still want to do. But with that, make sure you can separate, unvoltron those lines into two separate things. That is, like, this is like hopes and dreams of little Curtis. What does he want to do? He wants to play with action figures and animate them, and he wants to have a room full of animated characters that he can talk to, like Mr. Rogers or dress up, etc. And he wants to do it without hiring a bunch of people to make all this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. That's a thing. But little Curtis also wants a bunch of, the video game systems and a bunch of random action figures that he's not going to play with. And I can't think of anything else right now, like a fancy sports car or whatever, a sailboat. Like, everybody has this weird list of things that it's just like, if I had $1 million, I'd buy a fur coat, but not a real fur coat, because that's cruel, and a tree house, and I'd put a fridge in that tree house and craft dinner, and all of those bare naked lady things of the if I could do whatever I wanted to do. And I don't have $1 million, but it's just like, how can I do all the things that I want to do on my own budget? And, a while ago, we did have an art club back when I lived near Space Goonie and Pat, and a few people would get together, and the main part, one of the main reasons it became a thing was to help somebody, like, kind of budget their stuff, where it's like, well, what do you want to do? Like, I want to make art. Like, okay, how much does it cost to make art? How much does it cost you to live? And what do you not need in this equation? And what do you need in this equation? And then figure out how to, again, Voltron those things. I'm definitely not a sailboat kind of person. But if that is your thing, then it is like, well, then you're working towards a sailboat or sailing. And in order to be a sailor, you've got to get rid of a bunch of other things. Because that takes a lot of time and energy and whatever, unless you're a crazy rich person. Like that time before we all hated Louis C.K. for being a dirtbag because he was, not because, and he got himself a boat or a yacht or whatever. And it's just like, I forget where he was telling the story, but it's like, why? You don't seem like a boat guy. And the story was like, yeah, no, not really, but, I have lots of money now, so I might as well do that. Excuse me. So you get a boat, and you get, like, a boat guy who takes care of your boat, and then that's it. Is like, you basically go and, you're just going on your own private boat ride all the time, and you also happen to own this boat. And it's just like, yeah, even that sounds a little bit insane to me, other than, yep, that would be the only way I could be a boat person, was like, oh, hello, Craig, the boat guy? Like, oh, hey, Curtis, like, anyway, Craig, the boat guy, take me for a ride in my boat again today. Like, of course, sir, that's why I'm here. And then I'd just be like, Craig, like, yes, sir, stop calling me sir, but don't also treat me like a friend, because then everything just falls to pieces and I don't know how to talk to you, and then I won't be able to pay you. Then it's just like, we're just two friends hanging out on my boat that you have to drive me around on, and then my brain explodes, and then, like Rick's butter robot, sorry, Craig, no, you can't, your purpose can't be to drive me around on my own boat. That's bananas. But I'm sure part of that is just like, I also just don't want to be out on the water trapped with either just Craig or, like, hey, I'm having a party on my boat. So everybody come out on my boat and we're having a party. Well, then what? Well, then I'm trapped in a party until the boat goes back. And I orchestrated this. What am I doing? I gotta get out of here. I can't handle a party this long. Every time I've been on a boat party, after about 20 minutes, I'm just like, oh man. I'm super on a boat with a bunch of people. It's kind of the most open anything could be. Most claustrophobic, because like I don't want to swim. I have too many. All I envision is all of the horrors of the sea, just inches below, and it's like, if I fall in, they're gonna get me. And again, and that whole thing as well. There's the implications. Like, how do you take somebody out on your boat anyway? Like, we're just going to go out on my boat. Like, well, obviously there's some kind of creep, right? No, I'm not getting trapped on your boat. Creep. Like, good answer. That was a test. All right, go about your life, stranger. But everybody's strange and everybody's weird. But anyway, this is what I spend my time and money on, and it's taking me 1,000 years to be okay with this. I've been making videos for the longest time, and I still just like, yep, some people watched that, yay. Some people liked that, some people said they didn't like that. Either way, I'm still doing that thing, and they're just watching videos saying, you could do better. Like, yep, and I'm gonna keep doing it. What are you gonna do to better? What are you gonna do to get better at? Comment guy? You gonna write better comments? No, you're gonna write meaner ones, because that's what the internet is mostly for. But if we want to go to crazy story number 1 and talk about what the internet is really for and why, I'm not the king of the internet, it's mostly just a handful of us here. It's because I am definitely not insane enough. I'm not insane. I'm not out there enough. Like, I feel like this is pretty out there. I mean, this is pretty out there, but I'm still not extreme enough. That's the word. For the internet, I guess, for the world, like, TV, same deal. Every time the internet is like, hey, check out what was on America's Got Talent, I'm just like, is that a talent? A lot of this just seems like people being extra gross and weird, or extreme, as it were. And yeah, so it's like, I know you're making an extreme Doritos reference, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, the other thing that I see is Good Mythical Morning that I used to watch with Rhett and Link. I used to love Rhett and Link, but now I have zero reason to watch them anymore because it's become a show about eating things. Like, here's a weird thing, let's eat it, see what it tastes like. Here's another weird thing, let's eat it, see what it tastes like. And after 2 of those, I'm just like, I personally don't care, but they're making a living off of it. Therefore, people love watching people try things that they don't like. And again, that's why I'm going to play some scary zombie games and whatnot on stream. Like, that will be my extreme thing. But yeah, it's like, I don't care when they were telling stories and just doing other things, playing games. But then it just became, we're just eating stuff. Like, all right, cool. That's not. And again, like, I could start eating stuff. Like, most YouTubers kind of do the circuit of things. Jenna Marbles tries something, and then a bunch of other people, and it spiderwebs out until everybody's like, hey, we're doing the new YouTube challenge. It's like, no, that's not what that was. One YouTuber came up with a thing. It was clever and or interesting. This is driving me crazy how dark this looks, but maybe it's just this monitor. And a lot of times I'm like, yeah, I'd be half tempted to try that particular thing. But mostly there's not a whole lot to it. Other than, yeah, everybody already did this. This is my reaction, and I'm more apt to try and come up with something to do on my own. But I don't know. Again, maybe that's what's selfish about me. I always want to come up with my own ideas and not do what everybody else is doing. And that's what makes me wrong. But yeah. That's the best thing. Like, when the day I run out of an idea, then it's like, guess what, guys? Now I'm gonna try that whisper challenge. And I mean, I don't know if the Twitch karaoke thing is still going, but when I wanted to do it, I can't do it on a Mac, so it's like, all right, that's fine. You win again, Twitch. But that is a thing that it is. Like, yeah, I still would try that. Keeping in mind that I don't know the words to any songs, especially when they're on screen. I can't read that fast, and I definitely can't sing. But still, a fun game to try. And yeah, there is always Like that's why they get popular. Like, you know, they're not all dumb ideas. They're just not my ideas. So, I don't follow this channel. I don't know what the channel is, but as I mentioned before, there was that guy who would like come through the thing, and then he's like, his wife is threatening to fight people that are commenting. This YouTuber live streamer from back home, and the other day, a few days ago, my brother sends me another thing. Is like, oh, he just did like a 7-hour stream. Oh, he just did like a 14-hour stream. Like, yeah, of course he did. That's what people do. They'll sit there, and especially if you're not trying to fill the time with anything. With me, I try to fill it with both a drawing, at least one, and at least some sort of story to be told, right? Or just improvising some thoughts. So at least maybe I'm just entertaining myself, but something. Or, hey, I don't got nothing to say. Hey, I have stuff to say. Do you want to listen to me say stuff? Let me think of something. Something about this mustache. Something about this beard. Something about Santa Claus and Christmas. Christmas lights. Let me tell. Oh, so there's these Christmas lights, right? And they were real. Yeah. That's to go. No, it's going nowhere. But the effort is what I'm talking about. And again, trying to fill it with something besides dogs barking at me. But this guy. So anyway, my brother sends me one the other day. Like, check it out. Skip to this time and see what that's all about. Like, all right, cool. And then still just end up skipping around. Like, what? Where am I? What's happening? So, there was so much, but I'm definitely not telling people go watch this channel because he's got more. I need him to tell people to come watch me. So he doesn't really do anything though. For the first minute, he's just playing music, and I'm like, how can you play this music? Why is this not stripped from here? If I put music in mine, it would be stripped out for sure, and would be like, oh, sorry, audio portions for this aren't available because this is stolen music. But he'll just play some classic rock, and he's just like not lip sync to it, but like, you know, when you're at a wedding or a party, and then there's like that one guy that's like, oh, Jimmy's past that the point of no return, where he's just so drunk, nothing matters anymore, and he thinks he's, Kevin Bacon times 10. And they just start doing that. It's like very violent, lip syncy dance movements. So he does that for the first minute and a half, and then he kind of gets into the camera and kind of, I don't know, complains, not really complains, yells at people, or yells back at people that are kind of yelling at him. And well, that's what happened. That light moved. Okay, Ripley. Just need to move that light real quick. Let's see if this makes any difference. Camera wise. In the year 2525. Not really. So I'm skipping through, and the first bit is, just that, like, like, okay, bushwhackers have come back from the 80s, and that's what they're doing. So he does that part. He yells at the thing, like, boys, how's it doing, boys? And then somebody accuses him of being drunk or on drugs, and he's just like, no, I'm not drunk or on drugs. I don't even really drink. Of course, I'll have a beer every once in a while, like every day or so, or, during the stream, I'll have 2 or 3 beers, and then I'll do this. It's just like, somebody's like, yeah, but no, that's not, like, oh, this guy definitely has, some sort of problem. So, So he does some of that. Again, even that is just like he'll argue for a second with the people, and then very quickly give up on that argument, in favor of doing this. Wait. I don't even want to do this. I don't know how it's gonna be gross no matter how you do it. But he does that for like, I don't know, 30 seconds straight, just like, what is this? What is this? Why is that a thing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So he'll do that for a minute, just like, all right, cool. I've made a Batman. I've made a Batman and a penguin and a couple of cats, but you're just gonna air lick? You're just gonna air lick. Oh, this is not my brother. This is not my brother. This is just a channel that my brother sends me of a guy from back home. So he must be like basically kind of a local phenomenon, if you will. So since there's not much, like end up just skipping, and my brother's like, well, at least skip to here. Like, you know, it's just a car wreck. He's like, I can't watch it, but I also can't look away, so I still just skip through. And he's like, no matter where you stop, there's something, and it's true. So at one point, I'm like, I actually had to go back a bit and just like, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm trying to find out what's happened now. So he was like, yeah, no, that really was my son. That's really my son calling me there. But you know, I'm a little choked by. Yeah, it's a little choked up. You know, yeah, that's you know, I care this and that. I'm like, what is going on? And I couldn't quite get it at the right places. I'm like, I'm not watching this whole thing. But as near as I could tell, it was kind of like, yeah, no, that's a phone message or whatever, like from my son, you know, disowning me basically. It seemed like, and I'm like, this is insane. Like, this is just watching this guy's life fall apart, and that's why people are watching. And I'm like, I can't watch it for those reasons. Like, I can't watch somebody's life fall apart. Maybe somebody's watching this just because, like, yeah, this is him falling apart. Like, but I don't know. I'm putting an effort to stay together. So there was that part, and that only lasted a second, because then it's just like he's on to something else. My brother tells me that he keeps breaking up with his girlfriend, or maybe there's two separate ladies, but I think within that same one, basically a bunch of people started fake accounts with his girlfriend's name. So there's like 3 other people, you know, named like Susan, and she's like, oh no, I still love you. Like, just call me and ask me to get back together. Like, just do it right now while you're on stream. So there's all these people like basically prodding him to ruin his life, or at least disrupt his life, cause drama during stream. And it's just like, this is insane. Like, this is insane. This is just people trolling each other as a show, and that's just bananas. Like, I can't condone it. I definitely can't watch it. And mostly I'm like, all right, cool. Like, this guy's definitely going to end up back in jail eventually anyway. So that's the main crux. Oh, yeah, and then that other one I watched where it was like, here's a bunch of, you know, toxic chatter. Blah, blah, blah. Toxic chatter. Hey, boys. Oh, boys, I'll fight any one of you, boys. You're the loser, not me. Blah. And then blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm skipping through. It's like 3 hours long, 6 hours long. And then at one point I stop, and he just takes a knife, like a Rambo Bowie knife. And, I mean, I mentioned that before. Like, I don't think I really watched him do it before, but he's just like puts it in like sword swallowing, which is like, yeah, sword swallowing. Ta-da! You do it collected, calmly, clearly. You present your thing. This is going to go down my throat, and it's deadly. And I'm going to pull it out, and ta-da! And, you know, just like a delightful Bob Mortimer, you bring some majesty to your magic, some prestige. There you go, the prestige. But instead of prestige, he went for like, there's the knife. What did I just watch? Why did you just do that? That was terrifying and very let's just say real sexual. Was that sexual? I'm not sure. Like with a knife. That was real disturbing. I don't even want to picture that with a knife. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to picture it with a knife, but it was, again, visceral and fast. And I'm going to assume because you're on some level of drugs that I can't comprehend, and also drunk and having a Trailer Park Boys good time. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm good with this for another, rest of my life. And then today, yeah, just today, like just an hour and a half ago, my brother sends me another one. Now this one is a little different because it had like, the title image, where I don't even really take the time to do that with these. I just whatever picture YouTube picks from the episode, from the stream, that's the one that goes up on the thing, and whatever. I don't care. One of these days I'll make a template and start changing it, I guess. But not today. Not today. So he's definitely not doing that. Like, all I can think when I do see this is like, man, this guy has an audience, he's building it. All he needs is somebody who knows anything, and he could be making money right now. I did tell you about his shirt, where I'm just like, oh my god, it's so easy to sell t-shirts if you have people that want to buy your t-shirts, and people will buy your t-shirts. But he just wrote something with a marker on his own shirt, and then probably fell over at the end of the night. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's not a competition, it's not a race. We're both doing very different things. So this one had, like I said, it had some production value. It was clearly edited. It was clearly edited down to be, here's a little clip show with a title and whatever. And then there was a whole bunch of them. I'm like, is this, like, type. Is this guy's channel, or is this a channel about his channel? And my brother said, like, oh, it's somebody else. In which case, the conversation about the crazy guy ended, and I'm just like, oh, I see. So I need to learn some knife tricks? Is that what this is? Like, is that what this is? I'm not doing it for these people. I mean, I can look around. I keep standing up abruptly. I'm a Batman, for freak's sakes. I'm a freaking Batman. Yeah. Shut up. You're no help. But yeah, no. It's having a Batman is not as disturbing, train wreck watchable as this knife throating guy. So within, here's where it gets crazy. I'm not even at the crazy part yet. That is all standard issue information. That's just base backstory to get to this one texted video that was very short, and I'm almost tempted to play it on here, but that's not what I do. I'm not making a channel about somebody else's channel. Somebody can make a channel about my channel. I'm not doing it the other way around. So from this channel, about this guy's channel, title is basically Malcolm streaming at rehab, or they don't call it rehab, whatever, something, detox, that's what they call it at home. Getting caught streaming at detox. Like, what? I know all these words, but when you string them together, what is happening right now? Am I doing a good job in the world? Am I too stupid to comprehend things? This is bananas. This is BANANS. Gwen. So, definitely have to click on it. Definitely watching it. And I have a slight idea of what to expect. But at the same time, like, I don't know what to expect. So he is filming himself. He's got reflective sunglasses on. His hat's all askew. And he's just talking into the camera, as people just do, like, hey, I'm just talking to my phone. Again, production value, I'm just talking into my phone. And he's just like, and he does that for a minute, like, okay, what's happening? Where is he right now? Is he at rehab? Is he in a hospital? Is he in jail right now? So he's just like, I'm on the shitter. I'm on the shitter, boys. Oh, so like, all right, cool. So you're streaming from the toilet, which I believe is against the rules, for one. Those are the cops on their way to go get him again. So all right, that's the wrong one. That's bananas. And he doesn't manage to say much. Just, I'm doing it. And I can't remember if he just says he's on the toilet or he is at rehab. Like, I'm not supposed to be doing this or something like that. But I think he just says, like, I'm on the toilet, boys. And like, okay, cool. This is a whole new world, a whole non-fantastic point of view. And I would dare to close my eyes, but nobody's telling you where to go or how to go, and how to have a whole new world. So a voice comes in. And the voice sounds, professional, medical, adult, responsible. Because, in spite of what you might have learned from the TV, you can't just send somebody to rehab. You can't lock somebody up in an asylum, as it were. Like, this guy's crazy. This guy's a problem. Like, take them. You can't do that. People have to sign themselves in. Therefore, he signed himself in for this. He was prepared. He knew where he was and what was going on. But, I don't know, the going to rehab thing is weird for people. I helped take a guy to the place in Dartmouth there once. Like, a friend messaged me like, can you come over and help me with this? Like, yeah. Not really realizing what this was until I got there. And it's like, oh, this is a royal mess. Wow. This is the drunkest I've ever seen a person. And I'm from Drunkville, Nova Scotia. What's going on? And he was from there, that he drove here to, like, I'm ready to be put into rehab. You put me in there. Like, you had to pass it to get here, actually, dog. But yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. So that guy, he threatened to fight me a bunch of times. And I'm just like, what? And he kept saying, like, all right, you want to dance? You want to dance? Like, we can dance. And I'm just like, are you talking about dancing? Are you, like, really into dancing? Or are you talking about fighting? And I remember a moment where it was just like, he was so blown away. It was just like, what? You think I might mean dancing? Like, I don't know, maybe you're really in the mood to just kind of dance around and you want me to just clap and stomp my feet for you a little? Like, I don't know. I've never been at this degree before. And anyway, he was very proud. I mean, he drifted into tears. He called me like his best friend. Like, oh, you're amazing. Like, for so-and-so to have a friend like you to help, deal with a person like me. That's amazing. Like, yeah, it is. I'm pretty amazing. This is a nightmare I can't wait to get out of. Like, I literally have company at my apartment right now, but I've told them, no, you stay here. I'm going to go deal with something. It'll probably take a few minutes. Meanwhile, I'm trying to coax an old man from a building to a car like he was a duck. I just, didn't want to go back to the pond. I don't know. That analogy fell apart. But in that instance, same deal. Like, brought him over, and they were like, yeah, like, no, he has to sign himself in, and blah blah blah. And we were, the other person was like, no, like, you lock him up here until he's better. That's what he needs. That's what he wants. Like, yeah, but if he decides to leave, he can, and then he's just going to show back up at your place. Like, all right, cool. This is bananas. and you know, of course, that's basically what happened. But the other reason I brought that up was in some kind of weird rehab math. I guess I can understand. It's the same as like, I'm not going to eat any more junk food after tomorrow. Therefore, all the junk food today. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, his thing was like, all right, let me go through the list of things that I've had. You know, last time I went to rehab, my alcohol number, my whatever poison number was, and it was, I didn't know what the numbers were, but it's like, you know, if it is like, hey, 0.08, you know, like, oh, that's crazy. Like that's such a tiny number. 0.08, and he's like, yeah, I was at like 23. Like, what do you? I don't think you can get up into whole numbers without dying. And he's like, yeah, like that's what they said. Like, so I'm trying to like beat that number. Like, they definitely don't like that. And if they're keeping track, and you bring this up, they're probably going to kick you out. This is insane. So, basically, that guy, his slightly younger version of that guy, has this seemingly hit-ish YouTube channel already. So anyway, I sidetracked, and I did it on purpose that time. Within this video, being edited by somebody else, where it's like, here's the best of this other guy. It was that. So he was at the rehab place. On his phone, streaming live. You hear like, I'm going to have to lock that up. What? No, bye. No, you can't take my effing phone. No, I'm gonna have to lock it up now. Those are the rules. No, bye. No, let me take it to my truck then. Let me take it to my truck. I'll put it in the dash. I'll lock it in there. You know, so I have to be able to get it in the morning. You can't take my phone, bye. You can't take my phone. Like, no, f no, bye, f no. Like just swearing and everything. The guy was just like, yeah, no, sorry, but you know, those are the rules. You can't be going live on the internet when you're in a facility like this. Like that's not cool. And plus, just general rules. You can't live stream from the toilet, especially not with reflective glasses. Where I don't know, I didn't take the time to, but I'm like, I'm sure somebody could be like, whoop, let's just zoom in there, and here's what the rest of that room looked like, and see. Are his pants down around his ankles? I'm sure you can't see anything, but still, like, hey, check it out. There's this guy with his pants down around his ankles. Well, he was trying to be. I don't know what he's trying to be. So some part of that is still like him trying to. I'm sure the same as this, like, inspire himself to be better in some way, and to remind people, like, yeah, I went through things, and now, you know, I meditate, and I do this and this and that. And I'm like, all right, cool. You're lying, but cool. Keep trying. Keep trying. So they, like, they tell him, like, you know, we got to take your phone. We have to take your phone. Like, no. And camera's still on himself, and he's looking, he's like, sorry, boys. Like, I got 100 people here. I can't just leave 100. Like, oh, boys, I gotta go, guys. You guys tell me I gotta go. So, sorry, guys. I'll talk to you later. Like, as if he's on a phone call with, like, his family or something, which, you know, that's basically what it is. I'm like, this is, what is happening? What do you mean you have 100 people while you're on the toilet? And, of course, you would have a bunch of people while you're on the toilet in rehab. But still. Mind blowing. So, within that little thread of so and so gets caught streaming at rehab, there's the titles of all of his other little compilations, and let's jump right. There's a bunch that are just basically like, whatever his girlfriend's name, flies off the handle or goes crazy. She comes back out. He, like, begs her to come back. There's just a bunch of that stuff where it's just them having a domestic dispute, basically. Like, here you go. We're just live streaming our pain. No big deal. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what this is. Am I just live streaming my pain? I know this does seem kind of painful sometimes. No offense. Some of these stories, they're not stories. They're just rambles of things that you're basically concerned about, and maybe you don't need to be. Yeah. Shut up. But I don't know. He's doing it. He's doing it, and can't shrug any harder than that. I can't remember. Oh, I know how to find it. If this was a red on red or red and green. Not that I couldn't just make it up myself, but it looked good. I accidentally saved that. Ah, well. All right, green it is. Oh. Ah, there we go. Yes, you will do. And yeah, that's exactly it, Pat. Like, most of TV that is successful is for exploitovision. Like, let's look at people in pain. Sunshine. What else? What else? Rain. Freddy Krueger and Christmas. Basically the same. So, the other... Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun little anecdote. Karmically, maybe wrong. Maybe it's giving me a little bit of bad karma, but I think if you indulge me for a minute, I can rationalize, I can justify why I'm not a monster. I'm usually pretty generous and helpful, but was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. Again, I keep forgetting that it was Black Friday, Black Friday week, Cyber Monday, all the things. I kept forgetting about all those things. Didn't go too far, but every time I went somewhere, the people were like, "Oh wow, like you came at the right time. You just missed it." Like, I just missed what? What are you talking about? Like, there's a line up to there. Like, why? It's just chicken. Like, I don't even know. Like, oh, because everybody's out shopping and then they're coming here to refuel to go buy all the things that they're not going to touch for months or ever. But it was a good deal. It's a good deal. So, not really thinking that I was going to get a Black Friday deal, but halfway through my thought process thinking, oh, there might be a chance to get a Black Friday deal here. But it was Sunday. I took care of a bunch of stuff. I paid some bills and realized, like, hey, you know what? I still got one of those red chairs left. I had those 2 red chairs from IKEA, and from day one they weren't comfortable. And I've had them for so long, like, 7, 8 years, maybe more. And they've never been comfortable. If anything, they only get less comfortable and or more cat stained. And I haven't had a cat in a long time, so it's like I can still tell that a cat spent time on this chair, especially when it was dying. That's where the cat Like to sit while he was dying and leak things? Great. Yeah, no, this chair's got to go someday. But it's just in the living room there. There's still a couch and a chair. So there's, for the most part, nobody's ever really had to sit there. And if there is ever need for an extra chair, I usually sit in that one and take that chair bullet. So I figured maybe some stuff is on sale, but either way, I've got a hankering for a chair. And I've got some chair money at the moment, so this is kind of a perfect time to get a chair. And if I don't do it right now, I won't. So, looked online at the local furniture stores and said, oh, cool, that's something, that's a price I'm willing to pay. And I like the shape of it. Let's go sit on that chair, give it a test toast. See if it is acceptable. So go to the first furniture store, and none of the chairs that I saw online were there, and they were all like, these are way more expensive than I expected, especially after looking at the prices they just advertised online. Still gonna hankering for a chair though. I just maybe I'm not gonna get a chair today. And thinking two things: either I get a cool chair to replace this one moves in the living room as the next comfy chair, the other one into the dumpster. Or I get one for in the living room, and this one stays as is, nothing changes in here. But if I see a good red chair, but what are the odds? You never see a good red chair unless it's 5 times more expensive than all of the other chairs. So, whatever. Let's go see what we can see. First place, a disappointment. There's like literally one chair there that fits that can go in there. It can replace the red chair, but I will never ever sit in it. It will purely be bought so that some random person will sit in it someday and maybe say, oh, I like this chair. And I'll be like, yeah, I don't care. I bought that chair for this moment right now. Thanks for using it. Served its purpose. And you're not sitting in a uncomfortable old IKEA chair. I'm like, whatever, I'll go to the other furniture store. Even though I have zero hopes for this other store, even more so. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just wait. And during the week, go to one of the other furniture stores that are open during the week. See what happens. Get to the other furniture store, like, ooh, what about this chair? This chair's $1,000 or more. What's going on? I'm definitely not getting anything at this store. This was supposed to be the cheaper store, right? Walk around for a minute, and things are just crazy expensive. Just the most expensive things ever. I'm like, man. And I mean, it's hard too, because like this chair was like $30. Like not furniture store prices at all, just $30, and I love this chair. But at the old secondhand store, so you can't get genius deals like that every day when you feel like it. So walk around and then realize, one, there's like a section of these like recliners, or like these are pretty nice, really nice recliners, and they are not even close to recliner prices. Like, this is insane. And like, I guess I was like, but it's just brown. It's just straight up brown chair. It's such a chair looking chair, but it's nice and solid. Like, that it would be good. I guess I'd have to put it in here, but it's just I don't know. It's weird, but great price, yeah, and great comfort. It was like, technically, it checks the boxes other than now I can't decide. It's too comfortable to just put out there and not sit on, but it doesn't quite fit within here. Not that this purple chair fits, but it fits emotionally. And oops. And whatever. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know, just looking around for a minute. And then I realize there's like 4 or 5 chairs that are like $900 chairs down to $300. I'm just like, I of course don't want to spend that much money on a chair, but like for a big comfy chair, it's like I'd actually sit in this a lot. This would be worth it. This would be worth it. So of course, like magic, I suddenly realized like there's just brown chair, beigey, whatever. And then there's this big red, like wine chair, like nice and soft and fluffy. And it is not, I was not looking for a recliner by any means. But I'm just like, is this like it rocks and stuff where I'm like, for streaming, I can't have that. I'll have to jam something underneath that to keep it a little more still. But for video game streaming, like, this will keep me in the room playing video games. Like, I could do this and recline this thing. It was like, oh, the recline's okay. Like, oh, it's not done reclining. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Like, yeah, this is perfect. The color, the price, and the comfort level, like, yeah. Usually takes me a long time to convince myself to buy anything over $30, but I'm like, no. I'm in the mood to help this dude. I ain't never had a friend like me. I'm gonna get this chair, so I'm just kind of like, I want this chair. Kind of looking around, like, does anybody work here today? And kind of putting together that it seems like maybe only one person is working today, and he's helping load some furniture into somebody's pickup truck. And meanwhile, I'm just like, can I take this chair home? I don't think I can fit this in the hatchback, especially since the hatchback latch won't uncatch, so the hatchback is closed, and I can't open it. I can't, so if it doesn't go in the back seat, that's it. It's not the fun of hatchback anymore. So when I take it in to get my car inspected, which is wildly out of date, I just noticed yesterday, I'll see if I can get them to fix that again, because my favorite part of having a hatchback is the hatchback and the shape. I love the shape of hatchbacks, but I digress. Trying to figure out, like, I don't think I can take it home with me. I'm gonna have to get this delivered, which is fine. And again, just waiting around, walking around, looking around, possibly bopping around to some Christmas music or whatever might be playing on the radio. And of course, the furniture store I just came from, nothing but people. 2 separate people, like, does anybody help you? Here's my card. Did anybody help you? Here, take my card. Like, all right, cool. I'll probably be back in an hour. See you guys never. Later. So many people working at that furniture store. While I'm waiting, contemplating, not even at this point, I'm like, no, like, I want this chair. Somebody hook me up with this chair. And also convince me that you can get it in the backseat of my car and then make that happen. These 2 old people, delightful older couple, they seem pretty nice. Relatively harmless, definitely friendly. They basically went on the same path that I did, where they were like around those other recliners that I mentioned first. They're like, yeah, these are pretty good. And I'm like, oh no. Where's the guy that works here? Where's somebody that works here? Like, somebody better talk to me first. Like, I'm at the counter. You better talk to me first. Do not go to these old people first. Whoever works here. Why isn't there a bell? I need a bell. Oh my God. And they're like, ooh, look at this. And they stand around the red chair. They're looking at the red chair like, ooh, it's a red chair. Like, yeah. Oh, check it out. It's pretty comfy. It is. You sit in it. It is pretty comfy. Like, no, guys. Guys, don't make me get the brown chair because I'm going to get the brown chair. I don't want the brown chair. I want the red chair. I just set myself up. I just mentally storyboarded this room, the bringing it in this room, the taking this out of this room, possibly the stop motioning of the old red chair walking itself to the dumpster and throwing itself in the garbage because, you know, I think about that for everything and I don't usually do it. Fighting for the last onion rings at the grocery store. So I'm just like, no. You know, because I know how the world works. The old people are get fed first, right? The old people always get fed first. They don't know. I'm old too, guys. I just look like a young boy trying to buy his first couch. I'm old. This is like my 50th couch. Urgh. Give me that red couch. So just waiting, and I'm mostly just like, just walk away, guys. Just walk away and go check out everything else. Just like with all of the mental powers that I don't have, just one, like just trying to penetrate their skulls until it's just like, just walk around for 10 minutes until somebody who works here shows up and makes my weekend complete. All right, okay. I'm already full of McFrench fries and McCheeseburger. So this is like, it's go time. It's go time. This is past the point of no return here. They're just loving it. So watching, waiting, anticipating. They're like, oh, look at this, look at that one. Like, yeah, look at those ones. You're more beige people, right? Go get the beige chair. Get the beige chair. Or just go walking around. Oh, it's Sunday afternoon. You don't want to buy a chair today, right? Go visit your old friends at some old place doing something old. Give me my chair, old people. So they go walking. And I'm like, okay, we can do this. We can do this, guys. All right? I just need some employee to come in here. We can make this happen. I wasn't sweating and freaking out, but somewhere deep inside, I am still mildly sweating and freaking out. Like, all right, let's do this. So finally, guy comes in with the trolley, the hand cart that he was using to load up some other old guy's chair into his truck. Like, yeah, that's great. Don't worry, pleasantries, I got them. All right, I can make us feel like best friends way more than those old people for sure. They're gonna make you feel like you're being put to work. I'm gonna make this easy on you. I'm gonna make this super easy on you. Financing? No, I just want to pay for it. You want it in cash? Point me to a bank machine. Like, let me just run my card and give me that chair. So easy. So dude comes in. He's coming in from the doorway. Old people. Or no, they're up. They're coming down from the upstairs. And I'm just like, oh no. Don't line up. Still looking like, I've got business here. They look like rambling old people that are looking around. Just keep looking like they do not look like you've made a decision, old people. Do not look like you've made a decision. And I'm just looking like, yep, I've definitely made a decision, but I cannot look at it and focus on it because I also don't want to break these people's hearts to their faces. Because that's how I feel about things. Like, everything's Toy Story. Like, I don't want to take your Buzz Lightyear right in front of you, but I want that Buzz Lightyear. All right, and I am taking it. Unless you're like, oh, but we're old and we really want it. It'll go with our grandsons. Nah. Like, take it, old people. I'll get the beige one. So he comes to me first. And I can see them, and maybe I'm using I'm positioning myself so that I can see everything in my periphery and fully focused. But they're getting closer to the red chair as I'm about to tell him that's my chair now, and they're getting closer. Like, don't bother trying to get out again. I don't need any more divots in this thing. I just want a sticker on it that says sold. Like, just present yourself, guy. Present yourself. And he was like, yeah, hey, so what's up? He's like, yeah, sorry. Or no, yeah, he starts with like, yeah, sorry, really backed up there. He's like, everybody called in sick today. So, and I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, none of those on Black Friday weekend. Yeah, none of those people are sick. And he's like, oh, I know. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. It's gonna go. He wasn't whipped. I was just more just like high five. Like, yeah, there we go. Like, I can't do it with one hand. Like, but the Dutch and Jesse the Body Ventura hand clasp from the Predator. Like, just managed to get my teeth into him. Like, I am on your side. Everyone is trying to ruin your day. Not me, though. I want to make it easier. I want to make it so easy. I'm in and out, guy. I'm going to point and I'm going to leave, and we're going to do this. It's going to be fine. I've already bought this footstool right here. I bought it there, so I'm already in your system. We don't have to go through anything nutty. None of this, of course, I'm saying out loud. That would be insane. So yeah, he's just like puts the thing away and then finally like, all right, like what can I do for you? And I turn and I point, not at the old people, but almost at the old people. And I'm just like, that red chair. I want that red chair. I'm buying that red chair. Sign me up for that red chair. And just to make sure it's not like which chair. And they're like, oh, actually, we're going to take this chair. Like, oh, well, those are old people. Of course, I'm going to give it to them. Like, making sure that's my chair. But for some reason, it's in this building right now. And I don't know why, but I would like to liberate it back to my own place where it belongs. Like we all are aware of, right? Yeah, that's what we're all aware of. Nobody get in my way. Excuse me. So karmically, I do feel bad because I could see that they wanted it. There's nothing really that made it mine over theirs other than I know I was there first, but who cares? Who cares? So, we, of course, don't just go, I'm taking that chair. All right, let's go through this procedure. No need to interact with strangers in a store, right? Because there's not. Unless those strangers go, oh. I'm sorry. Super sorry. You don't have another chair similar to that you can help them with, please? And I don't know what I said, but something like that, where she's like, there's other chairs. Like, there's other chairs. But I was just like, oh, yeah, sorry. Like, I've been looking at that chair for hours. I don't know why. But just like, yeah, sucks. I feel so bad. Oh my God. But really wanted this. You guys don't know that I was just having a weird chair purchasing panic attack, hoping you guys didn't come back here so soon. But you did. Your timing is perfect for storytelling. Thanks, guys. Thanks. If I didn't get this chair, this would be a very different story. And or not much of one. It's just me yelling about how old people and young people get all the things And then the people like me in the middle that are like, I'm pretty sure I'm old now, like, still doesn't count. You've got animated cats. Like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm different from everybody else. So yeah, they're like, oh, like, I'm super sorry. I'm so sorry, but I am by it. I don't know what else to do except to just say that's what's happening, dogs. That's what's happening. And the store guy was like, oh, well, he's like, there is another one. Did you see the other one upstairs? But it's beige. And they were like, oh, okay. He's like, it's not marked down, but I'll give it to you for the same price as that one. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same except beige. And, you know, it's hard not to say to old people, hey, old people, you're beige people anyway. You're not red couch people. Come on. But the real reality is, you know, old people are red couch people. That's the only way to be a red couch person is to either be young or old. In between, you're trying to maintain a certain appearance. You're trying to appease and impress people, and you don't want to be like, I'm the weird red couch guy. Like, but I've finally reached an age where, yeah, I'm going to be the weird red chair guy, and that's okay. I can't go beige. My living room couch is already beige. Can't have that's too much beige, even though it'll be in a separate room. But anyway. I'm going to say that based on their agility, body shape, chair shape combination, that no. If it was an idea, then it's like, no, you guys are still going to end up on the couch. You're in a bed or on the floor. You're not, this recliner is not going to facilitate something like that. Not that it did cross my mind at all until now, Pat. I'm going to say painting stripes like this sucks. This was a terrible idea. Trying to get some shading and depth without mixing all the colors is bananas. Plus, I'm just straight up mixing all the colors kind of on purpose as well. Because I'm lazy and a bit of a nut. So anyway, I did it. I said, yep, that chair. I was like, debit card. And he's like, well, that's actually a cash and carry chair. So you're supposed to just like, you know, throw it in your truck and take it home. Like, yeah, I don't have a truck. I have a hatchback. And the hatchback, damn it. And the hatchback latch won't uncatch. So the thing is locked tighter than a gremlin batch. That doesn't make any sense. I couldn't find or couldn't think of any more rhyming words. So he was like, well, you know, we can still deliver it. Like, of course you can. Of course you can. Or else we're going to have a 15-minute discussion about how, yes, you can deliver it. Just charge me the delivery fee. And he was like, yeah, we'll just have to charge you the delivery fee. Like, is there a way to get furniture and have it delivered for free? Because I've only ever paid the delivery fees. I don't know. Again, I'm not very persuasive in most cases. Just like, this is what it costs. Like, all right, I guess that's what it costs. And then I pay that. And then usually somebody else is like, you pay that? I don't never pay that. That's crazy. Well, I don't know. I live in a world where I have to pay the prices that things cost, and I don't know how to get away with it in any other way. That's just how it works for me. Gotta follow the rules, even when I try not to. Like, oh no. Did you use that that system that we have put in place where you don't have to pay the whole thing? Like, I did. Yeah, you do now though. But what? But you're the one who showed me how to. Yeah, anyway, you're gonna have to pay the whole thing. Of course, that's what I expected. It's what I always expect, and that's what happens. So within a matter of minutes, like the fastest I've ever really purchased anything, especially in a furniture store that's always like, all right, let's sit here. Like, no, I don't want to sit in your weird little furniture cubicle to buy a couch. Just let me buy the couch. Let me go to the counter, put the money in the box, and then I'll give you my address and you send the couch. Like, no, you need a 16-page receipt for this. Like, no, I don't. Really don't. I'm never going to try and return it. And yeah, it's got stain guard and whatever. I'm never going to call you about it. Not in a million years. So annoying. I'd rather just live with it or buy a blanket. Just let me buy it and leave. And this was the first time I was like, yeah, you're already in the thing. Yep, you're just paying cash. Like, yep, slide my debit through. That's my phone number. That's my address. You can deliver it this week. Unprecedented. Nobody's ever said, like, oh, the earliest I can get it there is like 3 days from now. What? That's magical. That's like, if I was rich, if I had a bunch of extra money, I would buy those old people whatever couch they wanted right now, or whatever chair of equal or lesser value, just because of nothing ever gets delivered that fast. It's always like, all right, cool. So next January, is that fine? Like, no. But what am I gonna do? Say no? Like, yeah, whatever day you can do. Why do people even do that? Oh, is that okay? Is this okay with you? No, it's not okay with me. Well, it's the only option we offer. So either take it, or I'm gonna offer you a couple of fingers. Like, yeah, of course, that makes more sense than me saying, no, that's not up to my standards. Who am I? But as a service artist in the service art industry, why won't this cap stay on? 16 times a day, somebody else on my behalf says, is this okay? Is this drawing okay? And somebody says, no, I want something different. And I'm like, that's not a thing I can do. And then they're like, yeah, but what if you did anyway? You're right. What if I did anyway? And then I do it anyway, and I either gain a new skill, a new power, a new lion to Voltron onto me. I'm like an octopus of lions over here. And this is Voltron. Did I not say Voltron together? Sorry if my metaphor got confused. Let's go with a faded tree. Yeah, let's get a little artsy. Should color in some of these balls first. Should I color in the balls first? Or later? It's nice golden Christmas balls. Meow. But that's enough about buying a chair. Hey, what'd you do last night? I watched this internet show. Oh, what's that all about? Like, did you learn? Did you learn how to like install some new fixtures in your sink? Like, no. Did you learn a bunch of interesting facts and trivia? Like a QI type of thing? No. No, this guy talked about buying a chair. It's almost as uninteresting as somebody shoving a knife in their throat and then streaming from the toilet for 4 minutes. But, we watch what we watch. Oh, man. Carrot Top does Instagram videos all the time. That's a thing. Between Jeff Dunham and Carrot Top, at least Carrot Top, I don't hate Carrot Top. He is weird, and that's fine. Like, he's just being Carrot Top. He always has been being Carrot Top. Not going to fault Carrot Top for being the best Carrot Top can be. Jeff Dunham, on the other hand, every time the internet or Netflix is like, hey, by the way, don't forget, there's another Jeff Dunham special. There is? Thought we were done with that. No? He's still, but he's not good. But he's not good. I mean, he can ventriloquize, but he's not funny or interesting, and he seems a little bit racist and sexist. Ugh, I don't know. You blame it on the puppets. You blame it on the puppets. They can say what you want. Oh yeah, there's still always something new. Always something new from that guy. Carrot Top. I mean, Carrot Top never went away. He has his Vegas show or whatever. Like there's always somebody going to see Carrot Top. He just looks like a big crazy monster man now, but still seems really friendly and nice. I don't think anybody has anything bad to say about Carrot Top ever. So like, all right, I can't hate Carrot Top other than just that. We're like, Carrot Top's still gluing things together, and people pay $100 a piece to come see that. Wow. All right, constant reminder, anything is possible. Dreams can come true. Look at Carrot Top and his glue. You know you want to have it. He's gotten really strong now. Dreams can come true. Carrot Top's like 6'2". Forget why I drifted down that lane completely. Was I still just oh yeah, I was just talking about how nuts it is to watch somebody talk about a chair. I don't know. I was definitely back in the days before I realized it was Jeff Dunham, when it was Peanut, when I was a kid and he just had that Peanut puppet. That blew my mind. The "that's over your head" was like, oh my god, this puppet and this guy is amazing. And now it's literally 25 years later, and I'm just like, he's still just going, that's over your head. Like, no, it's not. Turns out, you just do bad jokes. They're not over anybody's head. You're just pointing and pretending somebody's not getting it. Or they're just not into you, and somebody forced them to go there, and going, I'm doing crowd work. No, you're not. You're just a puppeteer, and I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Oh, Jeffs of the world. Someday they'll all unite and destroy me. Excuse me, baby Jesus. Tiny bit of pointless texture. So, while on my adventures out in the world, because when I do something, it is like, well, I'm out in the world. I guess I'll do a few things, and I have to admit that I do enjoy Christmas music at the shopping mall. Even if it's the worst song in the world, it's still like, yeah, it's fine here. It's kind of fine here. So I go down to Canadian Tire. I can't remember why specifically now. A new towel rod for the bathroom, because the one that came with the apartment is more than unacceptable. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to stay here for a little while. I got to change this towel rod before I hate myself for not changing it. So I go there and then remember, oh yeah, the real thing I needed is a new scraper for the car for winter time. So I go down to the scraper area, and there's like this couple, dude and his wife, and they're scraper shopping. I assume for a daughter or maybe a niece. It's definitely a relative that is a young girl who now has her own car. That's all I can surmise from the information I was given. So they're like pretty much stacked up right in front of the scraper. So I'm like, just if I could just get through there, I could see what's going on with these scrapers. I probably just grab that one over there. I mean, it's like the cheapest, but it's still long enough that I can reach over the window and the roof. So I'm gonna get that, probably that $9 one. Is that $9? Maybe it's $6. Hopefully it's $6. I think it might be $9. Ooh, is it $11? I really don't want to pay $11 for a window scraper. But I just can't get by these people and their little story of, well, look at this one. What about this one here? And they're like, well, you just really need to do a really great one or whatever. It's just something just to scrape with. And it's like, no. If you really care about people and you live in Canada and you're getting them a scraper, get them a good scraper. Don't buy, if you're going to buy somebody a scraper, get them a good scraper. If you're not going to buy them a good scraper, don't bother. Don't bother. Just find any old flat thing and be like, here you go. That works as a scraper, and that's how much I care about you. Not at all. Good scrapers are just a necessity in Canada. All right? It gets crazy out there. You can't... scrapers just fall to pieces. They just fall to pieces, or you can't get through. I've gone out there sometimes. I'm just like, this is insane. Like, I need a shovel to smash my way through and hopefully not take out the window on the way through, because this is 3 inches of ice. This is bananas. So they got her not even a good plastic one with, like I've had one where it's just like, ooh, it's got the scraper and like a little sleeve over it. So if you're not wearing your gloves, your hands don't freeze to death. Like, that's pretty considerate. But then there's like wooden scrapers, where it's like a little wooden handle and like a little piece of plastic jammed at the edge of it. Anybody who has any familiarity with cars at all will know that this is unacceptable. And I have no familiarity with cars whatsoever, other than my dad was a mechanic and it was like, buddy, let me show you some of these things. Like, if you can remember that, then you can maybe impress somebody. Like, not going to remember that, not going to impress anybody, but thanks. But he always wanted to make sure, like, yeah, you have a good scraper, you have good survival stuff, basically. Like, I want you to be safe when you're driving because I care. Meanwhile, he was always good with, yeah, just throw me cassette tape, like, the cassette tape, like, it'll be fine. Or the cassette tape case. 8-track. Anything was a scraper. But if you care about somebody, you'll get them a good scraper. So they were picking out some scrapers, and they said, let's just get this one. It doesn't need a great, this doesn't need a great scraper. And this one's like a girl color. And the wife was like, yeah, it is. That makes it better. Like, you're both unacceptable human beings. All right? There's definitely way better girl colors on the $9 ones or the other ones. But no, you're just going to get... But anyway, that's the least of these people's problems. The least. So... I might be mixing two separate couples. I think it's the same one. I'm not sure, but I apologize if this is two sets of maniacs, which it might be. So, dude says to wife, all right, you go to blah, blah, blah. Like, I think, like, you head up to the counter, or you grab the whatever it is and head up to the counter. And, like, I'll meet you up there. I'm going to go get my hand cleaning stuff. Which to me also makes me think nobody gets hand cleaning stuff except for mechanics. Alright? People who work with grease, people who work with cars, people who understand how important a clean window is. Especially under harsh weather conditions. So it's just like, alright, you're losing all kinds of points with me, guy. You're losing all kinds of points with me. And... Oh my god. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Just add a bunch of water. And snow paper towel. Snow paper towel. I know that there is a little brush in there that could help. Ripley, you have the con, sir. Do this with, of course. Cause I've got a little mantle with a drawer, and inside is some paper towel and more. Ripley? Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, no, I'm just fixing this up. Yes, you're a genius, and I waited too long to get the paper towel. But if I can sploosh it out enough, then I can possibly just green it up a bit. And or it's just a little bit of reflected light, and I'll add some red ornaments as well. So, so he says, yeah, I'm going to go find my, I'm going to get my hand cleaning stuff. You go ahead. And she was like, oh, okay. Like, I'm sick of you too, I guess. And she slowly leaves. And he stands there, like watching her walk away, with this look that I would describe as, why are you ruining my visit to Canadian Tire? I like coming to Canadian Tire, and you're ruining it with all your girl color stuff and relationship needs. Like, just get away. Just get to another aisle fast, please. And this, I mean, there was no words, but the sighing was audible. And I mean, he was like 4 inches from my face. Where it's like, don't suck me in. Don't, like, nope, I'm not making eye contact. I am not on your weird man team of hating your wife for existing. Like, no deal. I don't believe in that game anymore. You're on your own, dirtbag. So he waits just long enough to have his exhalation of in appreciation for this lady, and then he goes in the same direction that she was going in. They were going to basically the same place. And he could tell that. He knew that. But he stood there and he waited. Yep. You go ahead. I have another place to go. After you pass that place. While I duck behind things. People are garbage. And that's this week's Garbage Report. People still being garbage. Left, right, and center. Up, down. To and fro. Wherever you are. Whoever you know. People are being garbage. Sloppily slopping in Macca's. 'Cause I don't really care. Just slopping it in 'cause we'll add some water. And sploosh it around everywhere. I'll add shadows after that. And then the other one, what time is it? I can't see the clock from here. Oh wow, yeah. So it's almost time to end the stream anyway. So the last thing is just silly. This was a little while ago, and I completely forgot about it until I was telling my mom the other day. Where I was at the store that I keep calling J.J. Abrams, which is very confusing when I say it out loud, because there's no JJ in the name of that store. But for some reason in my head, I keep thinking that it is a JJ something. I don't know why or where I'm getting that from, but it's called R.R. Rossi. Never heard of that store in my life until I moved here. And even that, I didn't go into it for the longest time because I thought it was like a hair, not hair, but like salon stuff. Yeah, like a salon supply store. It's right at the end of the mall, so I'm like, I don't know. That name sounds like I've equated that with a salon supply store, and I have no reason to go there. And then somebody said something about blah 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 blah, maybe at R.R. Rossi's, and I'm just like, what? What was what? And turns out that R.R. Rossi this whole time was another giant tiger. Even though there's a giant tiger down the road, it's the same as a giant tiger. It's just, hey, here's cheaply made stuff. We're somewhere between a dollar store and a real store. And if you want, stuff that you don't really care about, get it here. Who cares? And, that's where I got a Christmas tree because who cares? And I went back to get some more Christmas lights to match the Christmas lights that I got for my tree because I didn't have enough to go all the way. And I'm like, of course, you never have enough to go all the way. So I'll go back and I will get another strand at the delightful discount danger price. And something that should take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. There were some decent lineups, so I'm like, all right, I'm prepared for this to take upwards of 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm okay with that. I've got really nothing else to do. These are the errands that I'm running today, and these are the Daves I know. So I go down to where the lights are. I grab the lights. All right, that was easy enough. Should I also go get some chips? I should maybe get some cheap discount chips. I do love them. Why not? So I go and see, do they have those little tubs of hickory sticks that I think they just went over to the bulk barn and bought, filled up their things there, and put on the shelf here? I don't know. It has a distributor. It still comes from Ontario. So I do want to add some red to at least some of these. Meow. 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 So it's simple enough. I get a set of lights. I get a box of Joe Louis. And a bag of cheesies. Fake discount cheesies? I sure did. But then on the way to the counter, they had some real cheesies. I'm getting these. They're basically the same price. Done and done. I'm gonna snack happy tonight. But whilst in the pastry area, between the lights and the counter, there's a little family. There's a dad and there's a mom. There's a little girl. And the little girl's all like, but I need Chaser. And they're like, well, maybe, Santa will bring you Chaser. Maybe Chaser will come for Christmas. You can get Chaser for Christmas. I might be getting this name wrong. I don't know anything about anything anymore. And I don't care. But Chaser was a dog. From the Paw Patrol, I think. Pretty sure it was a Paw Patrol. I think I heard them say the words Paw Patrol. So they're going, yeah, maybe. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. This does not concern me. I can keep walking and everything's fine. So I get closer to the counter where I'm like navigating the pastries, whatever's taking me this long to absorb this, / it's not at any kind of private decibel level. So, and I mean, it's that time of year, it's pretty standard for the, hey, but I want this. Like, hey, can you just wait for Christmas and maybe you'll get it? But I don't trust you, Mummy. I don't trust you. Last year you said that and I did not get a chase. And now I see it here, Mummy, and please get it for me, Mummy. And it seems that if I put in enough effort, Mummy, you will buy me the things that I want when we're in the world. Mummy, please, Mummy. No. No, just wait. Are you okay with that? Kind of, Mummy. All right, well, Mommy's going to run to the bathroom, okay? The bathroom is so close to this store. It is super close to the store. You know, I'll be gone for like a minute. You guys, you just got to go through the cash with whatever the other thing it is you're getting that isn't Chase, but you just stay here with Daddy and I'll be right back, or you guys will meet me by the bathroom. Simple enough. Simple enough. Excuse me, I'm just going to go by here. I'm going to go into this aisle. All right, and then Mom barely makes it. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm pretty sure Mom wasn't quite out of the store, or she did, and she did not turn back because as soon as she was out of sight, just this kid is screaming so hard. So hard, all the DJ said, damn, if screaming was a drug, they would be selling this kid by the gram. Where's my razor? And just losing its mind. Not about Chase anymore. Just, oh my God, where's Bobby? Why is Bobby left? Oh my God. Like, okay. And the dad just like, listen. Hey, listen. No, listen. Hey, no, she's just gone to the bathroom. Listen. No, we'll see. No, listen. We'll see her in it. Listen. No, listen. We'll see her in it. No, listen. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is being burnt into my mind so fast and so hard right now. You are saying listen so many times, and then you are not saying anything to listen to, because this kid is definitely leaving here with a prize, right? So she's like, what about this? Hey, we'll go see Mommy in a second. Like, this is 3 minutes. Like, you have to last. And you can't do it. Like, dads are the worst. Dads are the worst dads available. Especially in a mall situation. Like, that's all they do is like, all right, cool, I can fix this situation with death. So, yeah, all right, we'll get Chase. How about we get Chase? Okay. Listen, we'll get Chase. We'll go through the register. We just have to wait in the lineup for a minute, and then we'll go see Mommy. Like, so the kid is holding the dog. Kid is still screaming for Mom, and the dad's just like, but listen. Well, we can put the dog back. If we just put the dog back, then like so tempted. And again, this is just the weird syndrome that I have, where I'm just like, excuse me, sir, could I just throw some Spock logic at you for a minute? This kid is upset about two things. One is the idea of not getting this dog. The other is the complete and utter loss of her mother and being left with you, who clearly has very few coping skills. No offense, small child, good luck in life. But you have very few coping skills, and you obviously always just hand this off to the mom, and the kid likes the mom more. This is not working out. But it's just like, all right, but like, we'll get Chase. But now you're taking one of the things. She's already lost one. She has the other one, and she doesn't even care at this point. At this point, it is just, it's like a 2% security blanket, but that 2% is all that's keeping you from a full-blown. This is blown. We're just go fuller with just the screaming. And this is like, I feel like I'm having this conversation silently with the lady at my cash register, because I'm got to the front of my line, and this lady's like, pretty old, and she does not have any time for this. Like, I've already raised 5 of my own grandkids. I don't need to come to work and hear this. And she just keeps looking over like, this is insane. This dad has 0 skills. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's got no skills. Am I right? Ooh, what's that thing? And trying not to impulse buy nonsense. I don't know what colors to throw in the back. Let's go with some more yellow. That's brown. Maybe it's kind of yellow. Nope, too brown. See how this goes. So So now it's like now you're threatening to take one of those things away. Like that's not going to make it better. You just told her like if you can be good, I'll give you this thing. And we all knew that she couldn't, but you went for it anyway, and now you're going to take it away. And she dropped it, and then that made her freak out. And it's just like this isn't going to end. Like you must know by now this isn't going to end until mom comes back into her sight. And even then, it's still going to go on for at least another 5 minutes while mom explains, like, it's fine. I just went to the bathroom. You're going to have to get used to that someday. You're not that small of a child. So he manages to get the dog. Kid does not stop screaming. But yeah, from the minute the mom was gone until they were outside of the store, it was still listen. No, but listen. No, listen. But listen. No, listen. Listen, if I can, no, but listen, like, we'll see mom, but listen, like, maybe, like, you know, will Santa Claus, well, but listen, it's just like, you haven't finished any sentence yet that gives her anything to grasp onto. You're just saying listen, and then proving that you're too stupid to raise children, and I hate you. But, joke's on you, I guess, whatever, it's like, after this is over, I'm gonna leave, and then I just have to listen to dogs and maniacs yell. But you have to listen to this. Plus, you know, probably your wife is going to be like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I couldn't leave you alone with your own kid for 3.5 minutes while I use the bathroom. I can't use the bathroom till this kid is 18. Is that what I'm learning here? Oh, must have been a fantastic night at that house. Fantastic night. Meanwhile, I went home and put up some Christmas lights and I think ate some pie. But the kinship, that silent friendship that I forged with that old lady as we both simultaneously hated a small child and her dad, that's what Christmas is all about. When you're out in the world and somebody not in your circle, and not even not in your circle, so far out of your circle where it's just like, you know, you're in your, I don't know, sports uniform, looking like you're on your way to or from a sports game. And then over on the other side, there's like, you know, a little girl in like ballet uniform, something very different. But then it's just like, can you believe these other guys? Like, yeah, we are different ages, we are different everything, but we can both agree, maniacs be tripping. Those are fun moments. Those are fun moments. Having some rolling your eyes at strangers about a thing. Oh man. Delicious. That's what fruitcake should be made of. Not the horrible nightmares that are in it instead. So how are those weird water brushes that you get? Oh, those water brushes? I've only ever bought 2 of them, but yeah. I just destroy them. I just destroy them daily. Alright, that's about it for the drawing portion. We're not going to play a game. It's pretty late. But if you're not following me on the Instagram, it's Instagram, No Such Thing as Grownups. That's where I update all the stuff. There's a Facebook as well. But as I always say, Facebook just makes me hate everybody and everything. It's just a cesspool of just nothing and memes. Like, hey, here's every feeling I've felt in the past month in meme form. Like, great. That's too much. That's too many things for me. So it's like, it's cool. Again, don't overwhelm myself with extra TV channels that I don't want to watch and don't want to pay for. Don't overwhelm myself with extra comments that I don't need to read or see. I already got my stuff. I'm doing this stuff. This takes time. But on the Instagram, he's kind of stuck down. I got this guy, and he's just the greatest. He's just the greatest. Can I get him to focus? Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, from the time these came out, there was this one, and then there's like these like 12-inch versions. And I was like, am I going to become one of these idiots that spends $100 on an action figure? I can't. I just can't. But the like $150 version of this is amazing. He's got so many extra hands. I think his bandana is fabric. Lots of different accoutrements. This one just comes with, he's got 2 sets of hands, a slice of pizza, and the size. And he's just the best. He's the best. And this is Gizmo's Candy King. Anyway, I finally broke down where I'm like, well, I do want some more turtles. So I have the like Eastman Laird old comic book style of Donatello, which they had at the comic store. The one day I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay $24 for a really amazing toy. I think because it was also on sale, I was like, I can't bring myself to do that. So I got it. And I've had it for a long time, and that's the one that I've stop motioned that thing 1,000 times over. He's got the best, just amazing joints, so many pieces of articulation, and just looks great. I just love the look of him. But he's fairly destroyed at this point. Like, you know, I've glued his knee pad back on a bunch of times, or like stuck it back on. It might be fully missing by this point. Some of them is just a bit wonky. He had a bunch of extra parts. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I still have his stick somewhere, and the baby turtle that comes with him. I might have given the baby turtle away. So I went to the old internet thinking, it's been a while. I'm gonna see if I can get some of those. Like, see if I can get the Raphael of that for like dirt cheap. Like maybe it'll be like $30 still, but who knows? It's been a long time. It's got to be cheap by now. And no, it's like $400 for one of these things. Like, what? I mean, all I have, they just had the Raphael there as well. I'm like, oh, perfect. Like, this is hundreds of dollars. I felt super insane for the, a day or two. I considered spending way too much money on getting more than one of these Ninja Turtles back in the day when it was $30 a piece. And now it's just like, oh yeah, I guess they didn't make more. They were limited as it was, and I used it as a toy. So then I got this thing, which was a little bit more than $30. It was not $100. I can't do that, but I'm still like, all right, I'm getting this now before it does get up into the $80, $90, $100 range, because that's insane. And it's like I definitely always wanted this one, and hoping that maybe it is going to be the real one and not a bootleg. And I got it, and I'm already just like, oh man, like this elbow is already getting worn just from me like just picking it up and looking at it. And I mean, his articulation isn't the super greatest because of the elbow pads and everything. He's got like the double joints everywhere, but stuff only goes so far. But with this guy, the detail alone, I'm just like, ooh, this is like I shouldn't have taken it out of the box type of thing. But there's no way I'm not going to take it out of the box. But yeah, I'm just like, oh, it's so sad that this is going to get wrecked. Oh, and he has 2 different flaps for the back of his thing. So there's one that goes over this side and one that goes over that side. Not that this can't just flip over, but it's just flops down differently. Oh man, like just amazing. Just can it even focus on that? Oh, you can do a camera, put your back into it. Anyway, you get the drift. Or the gist. And the little holster. Like, I've always loved this belt. Like, these turtles are my favorite turtles by all means. And back in the 90s, whatever it was, when they did make movie action figures, they were the worst. I don't think I had any of them, but they were also the worst. I hated them. They were such a weird hybrid of the cartoon and the movie where it's just like, here we are. Like, these are gross. But oh, when these started coming out, but same deal. There's a Michael Keaton Batman, tons of hands, tons of little like gadgets and accessories, big like leather cape, fully articulated, like painted. It looks like this, like it looks real, and that's like 12 inches. And I'm like, oh, like you know what? I would pay $150 for this for sure. And that one's like $800 or something. Like a bunch of these things that I'm like, oh wow, like I can't believe people have these, and they have pictures of them on Instagram, and they are, yeah, when I go to like, you guys are paying like $1,000 for an action figure? That's insane. But I mean, if you have a lot of money, then I could see doing that, because it's like, I could afford to waste, like, it's Christmas time. I'm going to buy this self. This is my Christmas present. And it's not even that crazy. It's like, this is what I would spend on my brother. I'll spend it on myself for once. Like, who cares? And man, oh man, like, out of all of the weird toys like that I have, I've got a shelf with a handful of them where I'm like, all right, these are the greatest. Now I'm like, I need to get some mini furniture and set them up now, because now they're all going to be looking at him, because he's just the best. But anyway, that's all I have to talk about, I guess. I think I meant to talk a lot more about this Ninja Turtle toy. But there's really not much more to say other than he's the best. He's just the best, other than, if you want to pay $150 more and get something even more amazing, which there's a guy in town called Mr. Mayette, I think is how you say his name. He's a wrestler. He's also like a local artist, and he hosts like a trivia night in town, I think, and works at the coffee shop, I think. I've only talked to him like once or twice, but I follow him on Instagram, and he's got, I think it's the tall ones, maybe it's these ones, but I think he's got like you spent $100 plus per turtle, and oh wow, how do you do that? Sleep at night, like the amount of extra money I would need to have to make it okay to do that. And I'm the kind of person who's like, no, I need extra money so that I know that my bills are covered in case something happens. Even though I have credit, I have whatever, but still like, nope, can't buy something crazy unless that money is absolutely there. Absolutely 100 there. And that's, again, saving grown-ups from becoming adults. Grown-ups buy stuff because they want to satisfy a weird inner child, and it's not responsible. Adults look at their budget and say, hey, what can I afford to do, and should I do it, and will it bring me that Marie Kondo joy that I'm looking for? I've never watched Marie Kondo, but that's all I know about her. And with this one, I was like, all right, you know what? This does. It fits all those slots. I'm gonna do it. And I did. Did I also? All right. Last thing, and I'm done. At the day of the listen. No, but listen. You'll get chased, but listen. While we're doing this, when we see mommy, while we're doing this, listen. Here's what's gonna listen. See that guy over there? Listen. He's gonna go down to the video game store. Listen, he has no need to go to the video game store. He has a handful of video games he has never even opened or played. He just put them in enough to see that they work, so he doesn't have to listen. He doesn't need anything at the video game store, but they usually have real good toys that he loves, and it's hard to walk away from when there's lots of articulation. That's how he ended up with that One Punch. Listen, that's how he ended up with that One Punch Man toy. Listen, are you listening? This kid won't listen. So he's going to go down to the video game store, to the EB Games, and he's going to look around like, I don't need to be here. No urge to buy anything. Everything's cool. I'll probably just turn around and walk away. But you did it. You did just turn around and walk away, did you? What did you do? Tell me what you did. All right, calm down. So, I looked around, and then there's like a bin, and hard to walk by a bin. Can't walk by a bin. But the bin is like just overflowed with a bunch of semi-different things, mostly stuffed animal type things, pillows that are shaped like, Mario and stars and this and this and that. But right on the top is a Bowser. A Mario bad guy Bowser. Not a dog, not the musician Bowser. No, that was a French comedian I'm thinking of. Anyway, there's a lot of people named Bowser. So there's a Bowser, and it's like that Bowser looks like a puppet. I mean, it looks like a puppet. It's probably not a puppet. It's got a hole. There's a lady, she was like stocking socks. And she turns like, yeah, that's pretty great, huh? Like, yeah. Are there more puppets in this bin? Are there more puppets like this in this bin? I don't need to. I shouldn't have come here. And then she's like, I think so. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of puppets. And she starts like sifting through. And I'm like, I shouldn't. And then she pulls out, she's like, yeah, there's Luigi. Like, this is pretty great. But Luigi, his mouth didn't move. It was just, you can move his arms like a regular old little kid puppet. Like, no. Bowser, I could move his mouth. And that was great. And it's like, all right, arms. And here's a Mario, same thing, arms. Here's a Peach. Like, yeah. Moving the arms. I don't care, but these are all amazing. I would like to have all of them, but not really. And then she's like, oh, and like in Zelda, like, ooh, the Zelda is really nice. I played very little Zelda, but I'm sorry, a Link. So pull out the Link. He's got a little sword and a little shield. But again, you just move his arms, and his mouth doesn't do anything. He's just head. And I'm like, that's fun. And I'm like, all right, this is fine. And I literally am just like, still got the Bowser on my hand. Like, this is great. And I'm like, I shouldn't have come down to this end of the mall. I say that out loud to the lady. I should not have come. And she's like laughing, like, ha 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 ha. Anyway, she's like, oh, and then this one. And then she pulls out the piranha plant. It's like, it's not even like, it is. Milo's not in his pipe right now, but it is Milo. It's not Milo. It's the piranha plant. It's like a little, the pipe is there, the green Mario pipe. And then you can go up, in and out, and I don't think I can get my fingers into the leaves. No, they just hang there. Leaves are hanging off, and then mouth. And again, same deal. That's been on Instagram, and I don't know what's going on with my phone all of a sudden. Oh, there it is. Hey, get back. There we go. So yeah, I'm just like, well. This is before I ordered the Ninja Turtle. Now, here's my math. I thought I put it on my hand, and I'm like, if I'm going to buy this piranha plant puppet, which I'm now just walking around the store looking at stuff and allowing the piranha plant to look in opposite directions, and there's other people in the store, and I don't care, because it's just like I'm definitely walking out of this store with this piranha plant puppet, and if I'm willing to spend this money on this piranha plant, which is way cheaper than this guy, then I should and could just put this back and just get this guy, right? That makes sense. But instead, I switched over to Christmas mode, where people are like, hey, it's Christmas, just get them both things, who cares? And the them in this case is me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting both. I don't drive around that much, save a lot on gas, I'm getting both. And yeah, it's not even that. It's just like when I'm buying stuff for myself, I need it to serve a purpose. I need it to actually, whatever. And it's like, I don't need new toys. I don't need any of these things other than, hey, if I use this on my stream, if I use this in something, then that receipt goes into the tax bin. And then, hey, this is a write-off because I use it for this thing. And once I Instagram, hey, look at this guy looking at a Christmas tree. Time for the stream this week. And now he's become a part of the stream. And I guess I'll probably write him off as well, because he's been stop motioned, and that's a thing that I do. And if I do a thing, and no, I don't make any money on it, but that's the magic of taxes, is the less money you make, the more your write-offs are worth, because, you have less money to be taxed, because you don't have it to be taxed. Taxes are weird. We'll talk about that in February. The day before taxes are due, when I do my taxes, or the week after taxes are due, when I do my taxes, because it's Canada. You don't go to jail for tax evasion. You just, hey guys, can you get around to this? Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. I pay so many taxes on so many things. Have you tried to insure a car that has a rocket in the back? No, I've never had. Nobody's ever had to try to insure a car with a rocket. I mean, maybe a few people, but yeah, that's got to be like all the insurance. but how can you even the paper trail? How are you gonna collect on that insurance? You don't, you're not George Clooney. You don't have an ID that says Bat ID. That just doesn't work. I have a lot of things, a lot of systems, people that work for me. Fire, water, wind, heart. No, you're not Captain Planet. That's never mind. It's getting too late. And don't forget, NoSuchThingsGrownups.com. It should have links to the shirt store, society6.com/NoSuchThingsGrownups. The bookstore is just at NoSuchThingsGrownups.com to buy Sexy Dinosaur book. I spent a good chunk of the weekend scanning stuff so that I can make some more books. Still need to draw some more dinosaurs for another dinosaur book, but I have enough for some other books. And of course, stickers. And if there's a sale, if there's a major sale, like a Black Friday type thing, Society 6 always has deals and free shipping on those days. There's a new podcast up. It was like last week or the week before. Going to record another one this week. And that's about it. That's all I have to talk about. Sometimes I'm at the Truro Farmers Market. It's Christmas time, so the major people get to be there before me because I'm casual, but I'm pretty laid back and don't care if I get a table or not. But if I am there, I'll have stickers and books and art. And if I'm not there, I still have stickers and books and art, and you can find me on Instagram. And if you're in Truro, easy to get stuff to you and to get your money from you. So I've got a few commissions to do. I'm not looking to do commissions, but I do have some to do because they're nice people, and that's what they deserve. But yeah, that's it. Is there anybody I haven't cut to today? I've gotten very little attention today. I have all kinds of songs and rhymes and words and thoughts that we could just ramble on about for hours and hours. Did I tell you about dancing in my red shoes in the moonlight? The serious moonlight. Yeah, I still don't know what that means. Anyway, that's enough out of this guy and me and all of these things. Every Tuesday, 8:30 Atlantic time. You do the conversion yourself or get Google to do it for you. And yeah, every Tuesday. Ripley, hey, sweet angel. You want to go to the credits? Yeah, you do. All right, talk to you guys later. Thanks for showing up as per always. I always appreciate it, and it's fun to continue our art club. Credits. Pictures of you, and then I sing in a voice I can't do. Well, so this is Christmas. What have you done? This picture's not vertical enough to get it in my Instagram shot. And then I'll hit the stop button.